Looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Welcome to the stream. We don't have much to do today. Just gonna be filling out the ballot. Got mail here, and I don't know, talking about some shit. Okie dokie. Sweet. Hello, Jacob. Welcome. Welcome in. Yeah, I really have not been. I really have not been feeling up for any of this YouTube stuff lately. What can I say? That's how it goes sometimes. That is how it goes. All right, let me check something. Let's see. All right, we'll look at. Got some stuff in the Discord server I meant to look at. All right, warm up video, I guess. Because this one just stuck out to me because it sounded so colossally stupid. I gotta look at it. So, let's see here. So, Stephen Crowder, Ebenezer Scrooge is really the story of a liberal becoming a conservative. All right, let's hear what he has to say, right? I mean, let's hear it. Let's go.
People would always say, you know, they talk about Ebenezer Scrooge. By the way, it's my favorite piece of fiction ever. It's A Christmas Carol. It's like the fifth gospel.
Yeah.
But A Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge, it really is a story of a liberal becoming a conservative. Because remember, when they came to him for donations, he said, are there no prisons? Are there no poorhouses? These are government-run entities. In other words, in his mind, it was, that's off my plate.
Right.
I don't need to do anything about it. The government's supposed to handle it. And then after his moment of redemption, he said, you know what? It is up to me to give to charity. It is up
Well, that's a take.
to me to be a good Christian, to do the Christian thing, to help my fellow man. It is not up to me to just pass it off to the government. People would always say, you know, they talk about Ebenezer Scrooge.
That's you got it, Steven. Good job. I feel like the real conservative response would be, it's not up to me to help you. It's not up to me to give you these donations. It's up to the free market. I feel like that would be the proper conservative response. Because that's like what I hear all the time. Because, you know, at least these institutions and whatnot are actually helping. You know, nominally at least. Alright, let's open this. Let's see what we got. Alrighty. Insert your completed ballot. It's the envelope. This is Christ. What is this? Oh, this is the full text of everything. Interesting. And it's in Spanish. Right. I might come back to this. Don't think I've seen that before. This includes my voting sticker. Sweet. And this is my ballot. One in English and one in Spanish. That's kind of nice. I think one's in English and one's in Spanish. I'll have to look closer. Oh, I see. It's 2 pages. Okay. That doesn't happen very often. Well, first things first. Let's get what we're really here for, aren't we? Listen, can you really say you voted if you don't take the sticker? I'm glad to take the sticker. All right, choose your candidate. Well, review these instructions carefully before returning your ballot. Choose your candidate or ballot issue. Mark the oval in front of the candidate or issue by completely filling in the oval with black or dark blue pen on the ballot. Write-in votes, blah, blah, blah. If you voted for more candidates than allowed for a particular office, then it is considered an overvote and no candidate or candidates for that particular office will receive a vote. Refold your ballot exactly as you received it. Insert your ballot into the early ballot affidavit envelope and seal it. Sign your name in the space provided. Insert the affidavit envelope into the green envelope and address to the recorder. Excellent. Same deal as always. Ow. Alrighty, let's get going. Let me make sure I got a black pen here. Yeah, that's a good one. Alright, everybody, are we gonna vote for Blake Masters or Mark Kelly? Or maybe the Libertarian? No, I'm joking. We're voting blue down the ticket. As much as it may pain me, otherwise that's what we gotta do. God. Carrie Lake or Katie Hobbs? Christ. Hold on 1 second. Turning the fan on. God. I really despise Carrie Lake. I always have, but my God, she just keeps getting worse and worse. Wow, my face looks all washed out. Probably doesn't help that you're wearing black, Zach. Alrighty, Katie Hobbs. Yes. God. Katie Hobbs is kind of just a charisma vacuum. God, what even is she? Like, nobody fucking knows. Nobody really likes her. But it's just... Carrie Lake is like a fucking demon. Ugh. And then time to vote for all these other things for people. I don't know because they really don't make much effort to reach out to the people of their constituency. Yeah, that does kind of bother me, but what can you do? We can vote for this. I forgot this. Within the state of Arizona, the state mine inspector is is something that's a it's on the ballot. That always makes me chuckle. That is an elected office within the state of Arizona, the state mine inspector. There's probably a story behind why that is on the ballot, why that's an elected position, but I do not know. Let's see here. Okay. Then the nonpartisan ballot. Ugh. School board members. I don't know any of these people. I don't have any schools. You don't go to school. Books are for losers. What? Hold on a second. All right. Now we are in the measures submitted to voters section. So this is stuff that's like, I guess you could call it a referendum within the state of Arizona. Oh god, there's a lot of them. Proposition 128. Proposed amendment to the Constitution by the legislature relating to initiative and referendum. A yes vote shall have the effect of amending the Constitution to allow the state legislature to amend, divert funds from, or supersede an initiative or referendum measure enacted by the people of Arizona if the measure is found to contain illegal or unconstitutional language by the Arizona or United States Supreme Court. Why is that on the ballot? This actually sounds kind of sus, not gonna lie. Let me take a look here on the internet and see what comes up. Like this sounds like the way it sounds is like, oh yeah, if it's illegal, we can't really do it, so we can divert funding. But like if it's illegal, then it wouldn't really go through anyway. And it kind of just sounds like they're just saying this so they can have an out. So if something like passes like referendum within Arizona, then they could say, well, yeah, but our own Supreme Court that we Republicans put in power says it's unconstitutional. So therefore, we don't actually have to enact what you, the voters, voted for. That's what it sounds like. Let me see here. AZ Central. Hello, Natsuki. Propositions 128, 129, and 132 would limit your power without fixing initiatives. Vote no. Alright, this is an opinion article, but we'll read it from the editorial board, so it's not some rando. Oh boy, here we go. Invest in education, a ballot initiative to tax the rich for schools, broke largely along partisan lines in one passage by less than 52% of the vote in 2020. The income tax increase got tossed by the courts before it could be enacted. Republican lawmakers who were incensed at progressives for pushing the measure haven't forgiven nor forgotten. Their imprint of payback is glaring in 3 legislature referred ballot propositions that could rewrite the Arizona Constitution to curb the power of voters. See, that's what I'm talking about. Proposition 128 gives state lawmakers the authority to change any system-led measure as they see fit if any portion of it is found by the courts to be unconstitutional or unlawful. See, this kind of sounds like, double dipping in a way. If it's unconstitutional or unlawful, then they can't go through with it to begin with. Well, maybe I'm missing something here. Proposition 129 limits citizen-led initiatives to a single subject and requires that proposition to be spelled out in the title. Let's see this. Hold on, let me get a drink. We haven't gotten to that one yet, but that one, see, this one seems. Now, this is one of those things that intuitively sounds like a decent idea, but the more you look at it, the more it's like, well, this is actually a problem. The idea that citizen-led initiatives are limited to a single subject is actually kind of cucked. I'm not gonna lie. So that means lawmakers can still make initiatives that are pertaining to multiple subjects, but the ones that are citizen-led that get on the ballot, they have to be limited to only the single subject. That's kind of fucked. And honestly, the way things are, okay, so it sounds like a decent idea, limit things to single subjects, but the more I don't know, modern day, it's not really uncommon for, I don't know, what we would define multiple subjects to kind of blend together. Yeah, that's another thing. How do you define what is a single subject and what isn't? Okay, so if I led an initiative for taxes for schools, could they argue that because I'm including taxes and schools together, that's actually two different subjects. I could easily see a Republican making that argument. Hold on now. Proposition 1. Wow, my face is all right. Hold on a minute. Let me fix this. Okay, I bet that works better. Oh yeah, much better. Better contrast. Okay. Proposition 132 requires that any initiative or referendum dealing with a tax increase be approved by 60% of voters to take effect. It's currently 50. We encourage a no vote on all three. They are wolves in sheep's clothing. Read the arguments. Read for yourself the arguments in support of the proposals. Okay. Oh, this is a lot of reading. Start with Proposition 128. Backers such as the Arizona Free Enterprise Club lament that there's currently no simple mechanism to fix a broken measure except to have it go back to the voters, a costly and confusing option. Fair point. They say Proposition 128 would uncuff lawmakers to help rescue voter-approved measures like invest in education that a judge or appellate court finds problematic, if it were only so. Lawmakers had no trouble responding to invest in ed. The GOP-led legislator unilaterally killed with the intent. Oh my god. The GOP-led legislature unilaterally killed the intent of Proposition 208 by cutting income tax rates so that high earners would not pay any more taxes than they were already, even before the courts found the measure largely unconstitutional. Yeah, which was a bullshit decision, by the way. Thank you, courts. just fucking deciding, just fucking making shit up. Oh my god. In fact, the legislature could have simply raised a ceiling on educational spending, as it had done in years past, and given life to invest in ed. Ding ding ding. Invest in ed. Sorry, this is a weird. This is grammatically correct, but this sentence structure is raw. I wouldn't write it like this. Invest in ed, and this is the end of the sentence, and ed has the period, but ed would have the period if it just used invest in ed. Oh my god. And then the new sentence starts. Fucking English language. Governor Doug Ducey and GOP lawmakers purposely chose not to exercise that authority. Yes, because they don't want our schools to have money. Read Proposition 128 more carefully and note that any finding of legal problems with the voter-approved measure, even minor points that, if struck, would still leave the bulk of the initiative intact, would allow the legislature to also sweep funds from the measure and use them however they like. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was saying. Also, however they like is a little different. See, this is a... What is this? This is a bunch of people from something saying they don't like, they want you to vote no. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to read all that. All right. That's what I thought. All right. 128. No. 129 is going to be the same thing. Let me see what AZ Central says about 129. Proposition 129 is more of the same shenanigans. The same set of supporters claim the state constitution should be amended to hold citizen groups to the same single subject or adequate title standard that binds the Arizona legislature. It's a false argument. Lawmakers indeed must follow the standard. Oh, really? 3 of the legislature budget's reconciliation bills were tossed by a judge last year for violating the adequate title provision. But their sole job is to legislate. They have months to adjust language on bills. They have staff and attorneys to help them research and adhere to rules. Citizens aren't afforded the same resources and time, but that doesn't mean any petition initiated by them and signed by sufficient number of voters automatically qualifies for the ballot. A number of them have been challenged in court and disqualified over omitted or misleading language in the proposition's 100-word summary. That safeguard rebuts a key argument from supporters Proposition 129 that would prevent special interest groups from jamming unrelated provisions into one measure to sneak in pet projects. Hey, that's a good argument, actually. Don't buy this nonsense that what's good for the goose is good for the cat. Oh God, this is written by a boomer. All right. It does seem just kind of unnecessarily restrictive. Give me a second here. Kind of bothers me sometimes, like reading the ballot, and it's like, well, I just know dumbasses are gonna vote for that. Carrie Lake. All right, 130. What is this? This is new. Proposed amendment to the Constitution by the legislature relating to property tax exemptions. Ooh. A yes vote shall have the effect of amending the Constitution to consolidate property tax exemptions into a single section, removing the constitutional determinations as to the amounts of certain property tax exemptions, leaving the legislature to prescribe by law the qualifications for and amounts of property tax exemptions it creates. Allowing property tax exemptions for resident veterans with disabilities, widows, and widowers, regardless of when they became Arizona residents, and establishing the person is not eligible for property tax exemption under more than one category as a widow, widower, disability, veteran disability. Give me a second here. America is indeed being America. Okay. I think this seems like a decent. This seems decent. It's consolidation of existing property tax exemptions. Oh, this is this is a list of county assessors and how they're voting. So, uh, from Pima County, which is Tucson area, the property tax exemption has been inactive, and as county assessors, we have been instructed by the courts to not provide it due to the fact that, as written, it only applies to disabled veterans who were Arizona residents before entering armed service. Yeah, that doesn't sound fair. Proposition 130 applies this exemption to all disabled veterans who become Arizona residents. Yeah, to all disabled veterans who become Arizona residents. It means we'll now be able to grant disabled veterans property tax relief found in the Constitution. All right. Yeah, when you put it like that, that kind of sounds like why does it exist as it currently is to begin with? That's kind of dumb. Kind of sounds like a major oversight. Yeah, Maricopa County Assessor also says vote yes. Our veterans make extraordinary sacrifices to preserve our freedoms. During the service, some of our heroic veterans suffer permanent disabilities. Arizona's Constitution recognizes the extraordinary sacrifices of our disabled veterans. Yeah, get to the point. However, a defect in the language of Arizona's Constitution caused a federal court to prohibit county assessors from accepting veterans' property tax exceptions. All right. All right. Straightforward enough. That'll be a yes vote. And these are other people. Alrighty, let me take a look here. That's fine. Alright. 131. A yes vote. Right. Proposed amendment to the Constitution by the legislature relating to the executive department. A yes vote shall have the effect of amending the Constitution to create the office of Lieutenant Governor beginning the 2026 election, requiring that a nominee for governor name a nominee for lieutenant governor to be jointly elected. Ooh. Replacing Secretary of State with the lieutenant governor as first in line of the succession to the office of governor, and provide that the Secretary of State, State Treasurer, Attorney General, and Superintendent of Public Instruction may succeed to the office of governor regardless of whether they were elected. Interesting. Why is this on the ballot? Is there a story behind this one? I know some states have lieutenant governors. Arizona doesn't. I guess. I guess now we have to have a new. You have to have a running mate now, like the president does. Oh wow, 45 other states have lieutenant governors. We're one of the exceptions. Oh shit. Yeah, this one seems kind of. So, so the way it is in Arizona right now, um, the second in line for the governor role is the Secretary of State. Secretary of State is also a position that's up for election, and they don't. If I remember correctly, I don't think we have elect. I think they are on different election years. Hold on. Yeah, so it's kind of staggered out a little bit. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull up the. Maybe they're not staggered. I just don't remember correctly. I can't remember anything anymore. So, little interesting thing, I guess. Current the current governor is Doug Ducey, a Republican, but current Secretary of State is Katie Hobbs, a Democrat. So, however, if we change this, if 131 passes, what this would mean is the governor and the secretary, or the governor and the lieutenant governor, would pretty much always be the same party. And if something were to happen to the governor, then the replacement would be a member of the same party. It's more of a guarantee that that's how it works. Yeah. That's probably why they want to. Yeah, that's probably the reason why they're trying to get this here. Now that's Arizona. That could go either way at the moment, Democrat or Republican. Seems like something I could see both parties wanting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We can skip over that for now. All right. So, next on the list, Proposition 132. And this one I mentioned earlier. 132. Yeah, this is an instant no vote for me. 132. Yeah. So, on the ballot here. 132. Proposed amendment to the Constitution by the legislature relating to initiative and referendum measures. A yes vote shall have the effect of amending the Constitution to require at least 60% of votes cast to approve an initiative or referendum that enacts a tax. Currently, it's a majority, so 50% plus 1. Yeah. And this wants to put it up to 60. I think that's a bit extreme. Yeah. AZ Central. Lastly, there is Proposition 132, a well-intentioned but misguided effort to watch out for Arizona taxpayers. We're sympathetic to the position that raising taxes should not be taken lightly. We're certainly mindful of the divisive Invest in Education measure, which we opposed in 2022 that got us here, or 2020 that got us here. We also appreciate the Arizona voters in 2012 imposed a rigorous threshold for lawmakers, requiring a two-thirds supermajority in both chambers of the State House to enact a tax increase. That said, demanding more than a simple majority for voter-approved revenue measures is extreme. Only 9 states require supermajority approval at the ballot box, 4 of them solely on constitutional amendments. More importantly, let's be aware of unintended consequences. Several key education funding initiatives in Arizona's history, one of less than 60% approval threshold, one with less than the 60% approval threshold that the Proposition 1230 imposes. Among them, Proposition 203, aka First Things First, in 2006, which increased tobacco taxes to fund early childhood programs, and Proposition 301, a 6/10 of a penny sales tax for education in 2000 that was championed by then Republican Governor Jane Hull, in which Governor Ducey and the legislature saw fit to extend 2018 for another 2 decades. Yeah, I think 60% for that is just way too high. Yeah, no, thank you. Especially in a state that also adds to, like, Arizona's kind of like a swing state now. It's kind of like 50-50 one way or the other. So putting something at 60 means it'll never really get done. That's well, not great. All right, 209. Ooh, this one. This is where we get to the good stuff. Proposed initiative petition. Right. Yes, that's right. Proposed by initiative petition. That means people got enough signatures to put it on the ballot. Yeah. Proposed by initiative petition relating to predatory debt collection protection. That's a fun title. Let's see what it says. A yes vote shall have the effect of reducing maximum interest rates on medical debt from 10% to no more than 3% per year, increasing exemptions from all debt collection for certain personal assets, including a debtor's home, household items, motor vehicle, and bank account from debt collection, adjusting exemptions from all debt collection for inflation beginning in 2024, decreasing the amount. Okay, that's actually really good. Decreasing the amount of disposable earnings subject to garnishment to no more than 10% of disposable earnings, but allowing a court to decrease the disposable earnings subject to garnishment to 5% based on extreme economic hardship. Yo, this one actually sounds based as fuck. Oh my god. I can imagine. I can already imagine some of these people, like, screaming about it. Granted, thanks to Joe Biden. I don't know if I mentioned this. Thanks to the Biden forgiving student debt. I don't know if I said this on the channel, but, like, I don't have any more debt at all. At all. My net worth is now in the positives, like, for the first time in my adult life. Now, that doesn't mean the best part doesn't. There's still issues with my life and here and there and everywhere, but I mean, that is, wow. Hey, thanks, thank you. That's like, wow, the president actually did something for me. That's shocking. All right, this is a Cronkite News, Arizona PBS, saying they support it. This guy doesn't like it. Hold on a second here. All right, I'm looking for negative stuff, but here we go. Oh boy. All right. This one, ready for some real propaganda? Here we go. Deceitful. All right, this is from Sally Pipes. That's a that's it. What? Okay, that sounds like a fake name. Opinion contributor, so it's just some rando. Deceitful Proposition 209 goes way beyond medical debt. It'll raise costs on us all. Opinion. Progressives claim that the measure addresses a medical debt crisis, except few in Arizona have medical debt and what they owe is small. Well, I mean, few in Arizona have medical debt, what they owe is small. But yeah, but like we make laws about few that only apply to a few people all the time, especially involving taxes. Like, all right, let's hear it out. Let's hear what they say. All right. Next month, Arizonans will consider Proposition 209, a ballot initiative intended to alleviate a supposed crisis in medical debt. A look at the facts reveals there is no such crisis. If this ballot initiative passes, ordinary Arizonans could face higher interest rates on all kinds of debt, have fewer lenders to choose from, pay higher prices for goods and services. Got a source. The initiative is two parts. The first caps the interest rate for medical expenses at 3%. The second imposes sweeping new limits on how lenders can recover all types of unpaid debt. First caps interest rate medical expenses at 3%. But you just said they could face higher interest rates in the previous paragraph. Oh boy. The rhetoric put forth by Proposition 209 supporters focus almost exclusively on the first part, medical debt, which they say is forcing people into bankruptcy. It is. It's the number one reason for bankruptcy within the United States. More than 100 million Americans carry some kind of medical debt, according to a recent investigation from Kaiser Health News National Public Radio. But the panic over medical debt is unwarranted. 3/4 of debtors in the survey owe less than $5,000. That's like life-changing for like the bottom half of America. What? Who are you, Sally Pipes? I'm gonna look you up now. All right, Sally Pipes. Let's see. Are you kidding me? Well, that was easy. All right, well, I found her. Sally Pipes is president and CEO and the Thomas W. Smith Fellow in Healthcare Policy at the Pacific Research Institute. She has a book called The False Promise of Single Payer Healthcare. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Fuck you, Sally Pipes. Yeah, okay. See, I was right. I was already right. Like, these sentences were sending off alarm bells. False promise of single payer healthcare. Never mind, literally every proposed single payer healthcare system within the United States is literally just an expansion of what we already have that works, and literally just modeled off of other countries' single payer healthcare systems, which work. Never mind, we have actual evidence that says it works. False promises. Oh my god. That's a yes vote for me. And you can say, well, see, it's actually my kind-hearted Christian nature to oppose debt collection. So really, you can look inside yourself and be better. Allah will forgive you one day. All right. Proposition 211. Proposed by initiative petition relating to the disclosure of the original sources of monies used for campaign media spending. Interesting. A yes vote shall have the effect of requiring additional disclosures and reporting by entities and persons whose campaign media spending and or in-kind contributions for campaign media spending exceeds $50,000 in statewide campaigns or $25,000 in other campaigns, including identifying original donors of contributions of more than $5,000 in aggregate, creating penalties for violations of law, and allowing the Citizens Clean Elections Commission to adopt rules and enforce provisions of the law. What? Alright, I need to look this one up. I think I'm okay with this one. This one is also proposed by initiative petition, so people got enough signatures for it. Seems like a lot of the ones that people get signatures for are like like really good ones. Just in general, it seems to be the case. Like the initiative measures that get petition, yeah, proposed by initiative petition seems to be like really good ones usually. That's how we got marijuana legalized in Arizona. Yeah, compared to compared to the ones that are proposed by the legislature, they're usually a lot better. I mean, go figure, right? What a shock! What a shock! Some of these are proposed by people, and others are proposed by some guy in the legislature. The Arizona Free Enterprise Club, heard them before, said the initiative would violate the First Amendment right to free speech and would be a mechanism for certain donors to be targeted. The Voters' Right to Know Act is another attempt to silence free speech and to target, harass, and dox private citizens. Yeah, okay. In that case, sounds like I'm in favor of it. I mean, your campaign media spending exceeds $50,000. Donors of contributions of more than 5,000 in aggregate. Yeah, that sounds kind of fair. I think we should know at that point. It's not like little itty bitty random guys are getting doxxed. I'll listen to this. This is fucking audio. Alright. We'll say yes. Alright. Proposition 308. referred to the people by the legislature relating for the classification of students for tuition purposes. A yes vote shall have the effect of allowing any Arizona student, regardless of immigration status, to be eligible for in-state tuition at state universities and community colleges if they graduated from and spent at least 2 years attending an Arizona public or private high school or homeschool equivalent. Allowing any Arizona student, regardless of immigration status, to be eligible for state financial aid at state colleges and community colleges. That is an immediate yes. I don't have to look that up. That's an immediate yes. Proposition 309, referred to the people by the legislature relating to voter identification. Uh-oh. Yes vote shall have the effect of requiring the affidavit accompanying an early ballot and return envelope to be capable of being concealed when returned, requiring a voter to write their birth date, a state-issued identification number, or the last 4 digits of the voter's social security number, and the signature on an early ballot affidavit, requiring certain photo identification issued by the state of Arizona or a tribal government or the United States government to receive a ballot at an in-person voting location, removing the ability to receive a ballot at an in-person voting location without photo identification when showing 2 other documents. Oh my god. And requiring the Arizona Department of Transportation to provide, without charge, a non-operating identification license to individuals who request one for the purpose of voting. Sounds so fucking convoluted and unnecessary. Yeah. I've noticed votes like this, initiatives like that, are usually only exist for the purpose of getting certain people to not vote, just by making it just a little too complicated, but not too complicated. It's not too complicated that people won't support it, but it's complicated enough that just enough people won't do it, and they won't go and vote. And those people are usually poorer, and they usually vote Democrat. And in a swing state like Arizona, that's usually all you need, just a little bit. Just gotta shave the numbers just enough. That's all you need. All right, page 2. That was a no vote, in case anyone didn't pick up on that. Proposition 310, referred to the people by legislature relating to taxation benefiting fire districts. Interesting. Yes vote shall have the effect of establishing a fire district safety fund. Oh god, I don't care. These last few I think we can breeze through. I've seen them before. They're not interesting. They're just like taxes. Yeah, this is a tax by 0.1% for a fire fund. Do I need to explain that any further? Like, that's a little less juicy than, the rest of the stuff. An excise tax. Yeah, I don't really mind. And budget override. Okay. That is everything on my ballot. Now, I just load it all up and I gotta drop it off. But I don't have to do that right this moment. Just stick it in here. All right. And that is almost done. Let me sign this. $10, $30, $20, $22. Excellent. Righty. Now all I gotta do is, well, I'm not gonna lick this, but I gotta make it damp, and then I'll drop it off later today. Excellent. We'll put it right there. All right. Hi everybody. How we doing? That's a baseball. Now we got the sticker. We got the ballot. I'm doing my part. Listen, guys, democracy and voting is cool, actually, and based. You are actually really cool for doing it. Don't listen to these internet bullies who tell you it's not. Fuck them. I've got my earlier sticker from the primary, too. They are stupid and poo-poo heads. Voting is good, actually. You know, it's one of those things you think, oh, I'm too cool to vote. Oh, my vote doesn't matter. But you know what? You're gonna really fucking miss it when it's gone. Okay? You think you're too cool to vote? Well, guess what? Because you didn't vote, it's entirely possible that because you didn't vote, one day you can't vote. And guess what? You're really not gonna like it. You're really gonna sit there and wish, man, I wish I did vote. If only I did something. If only someone could have done something, but I didn't want to vote for Joe Biden because reasons. All right. Took an impressive amount of time filling out my ballot for the recent state election. Took like 30 seconds. Well, to be fair, some of these ballot initiatives I was not super familiar with, so I like looked them up online just to get a general idea. Yeah, and that one was that ballot was 2 pages. So I don't think I've ever had a ballot that was 2 pages long before. That's a first. 2 pages, and it's a midterm year in the United States, which is, well, midterm years don't usually have as much stuff on them, so that's impressive. It's also true though that I live in Arizona within the United States, and Arizona is kind of a swing state right now, so there's a lot more stuff going on now. Yeah, both of the major parties are both looking at Arizona, trying to get influence over it, so it's a battleground state. So exciting though. I love it. This is the stuff I live for. As much as I am living these days. All right. I still feel good. So let me take a look. I haven't made a video this month. I've been between real life work and the big script I was writing. I have not gotten the video up. So I can still do it. I haven't reached the deadline yet. I still have today and tomorrow. So we can find let's find something to do, I guess. Yeah, but the big script that I was writing is 50 pages now, so it's not like I'm not doing anything. y'all can read the script if you want to. It's on the Discord server, so it's not exactly sitting on my hands here. So this might be really dumb. I just took a glance at the PragerU page, right? The PragerU Halloween Special 2022, right here, second video. It looks like someone's in a fursuit. What's going on over there? This may not be content, but I kind of want to know. And then there's another one. Why do you hate conservatives? We might look at that. But I have to see the first.
I get out there and I fight hard. Struggle.
I have to see the fursuit. I have to know. I have to. We're getting through an ad first, but hi everybody, how you doing?
Cold. It was a cold, dark, and stormy Halloween night. As the rain poured from the dark clouds above, thunder cracked throughout the night sky. A group of leftist trick-or-treaters dressed up as a ghoul, Che Guevara, Karl Marx, and an evil health director looked for a place to keep dry. What they found would change their lives forever.
The storm is so bad.
That's right. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for this dang climate change.
It's like I can see the clear sky behind them. These are the kids who went to film school and then like nobody liked them because they were conservative. So they went to PragerU.
Guys, why don't we take shelter in here?
He looked at the camera.
Guys.
He's looking at the camera. What? Che Guevara, what are you doing?
Why don't we take shelter in here?
I wouldn't go in there without your masks.
It's not even... The sign says employees only. What? Trespassing? Wait a minute. Wait. I'm sorry. Look, there's a parking lot behind them. The continuity error? Guys, this is why you flunked out of film school. Look, I'm sorry. They're outside. See, they're on the outside. There's parking meters. And now... But now it's like a parking garage on the inside. Guys, was it that hard to just adjust the camera angle? Leftists love trespassing, I guess. If they just want shelter, couldn't they just like, I don't know, stay by the door? Oh no, they're leftists, they're evil. Oh my god. He's got like a mask on his forehead. I love this. What are you
Guys, the lights aren't turning on. I think the power's out.
You're not even pushing the button!
Guys, the lights aren't turning on. I think the power's out.
Of course the power's out. It's California.
Ah, yes, because of the greedy bourgeoisie.
Here, you should wash your hands.
Please.
The power's out? It's California? What? It's Texas where the power's out.
Please, give me that.
Guys, I can't see anything.
It's so dark.
So bad.
Flashlight.
What?
Thank God we found this flashlight.
Where do you guys think we are?
I don't know, but I hate this place.
I hate
This place gives me the creeps.
There could be a virus.
Guys,
Only 2 genders. Oh, no! Do you hear that?
Americans are decent people.
Oh! Do you hear
I'm sorry.
genders?
There's 3 genders though. Woman, man, and wheelchair.
Oh, no! Do you hear that?
Americans are decent people.
It's the specter of Dennis Prager. He's gonna get you.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Unapologetic Live. I'm your host,
Why do they have a first? Why now there's lightning? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Lightning in California? No. They don't have thunderstorms in LA. Very rarely.
Guys, I think I know where we're at. What? Where? I think we're at.
Why? Why did they think this? Okay, I can understand why they thought the rest of this might be funny. Why is the fursuit? Why? Why this? This is a bad idea. Well, this was cringe. And there's the fucking eagle.
Otto, is it true America's really not a racist country? We love you, Otto!
Yeah!
Did they just have an orgy? Oh, I don't like that. That was so bad. Is it Dennis?
Love my job.
Ew. That's right, because at PragerU, if maybe I shouldn't finish the thought. I guess at PragerU, if you're black, they make you wear a mask. That's... Oh no.
Love my job.
I understand. You sold out. Okay, that was bad. I hate that. I absolutely hated that. That was horrible. Keep doing more. Alright. That was not good content though. That was bad. That's like watching like like a high school student film. God. Alright, can we find a better one here? Why do you hate conservatives? Like this one is calling to me. I feel like we can get something out of that one. Let me just like take a quick stroll through these videos. See what comes up. Anything coming to mind? Nah, nothing's really popping out at me aside from that one. Yes, there are. We could always go back and look at some of the more popular ones too, but I don't know. Alright, let's start the segment, I guess. Say hi to YouTube. We'll try to get this one out by tomorrow. Hopefully it's good. If it's not good, well, oh well. Maybe we'll do another one. Alright, this thing popped up. Why do you hate conservatives? From PragerU. I can think of a few reasons, but let's see what she has to say.
Why do you hate conservatives? Well, let's not say hate. Let's say dislike, because
Honestly, the overriding factor right now is the specter of Donald Trump. That's probably the answer for most Americans, actually, and how the conservatives fell in line behind him and kept making excuses for him. Now he's gone now, so y'all have been given a chance to redeem yourselves, and you haven't. Yeah, yes, you're right, Natsuki. Let us indeed say hate. That is the appropriate word.
you don't really hate anyone. You may dislike.
Do this again.
Let's say dislike, because you don't really hate anyone.
I do hate. It is in my heart.
You may dislike them because they want to ban abortion. Conservatives say they're all for freedom, but when it comes to a woman's freedom to choose what she wants to do with her own body, they sing a different tune.
I mean, that's one reason, but
You may dislike them because they oppress people of color and deny the fact that America is systemically racist. Conservatives say that everybody is equal regardless of race, and that racism has little to no effect on the daily lives of people of color.
But when we point it out, y'all just deny it anyway. When we have actual evidence, y'all say it's not real or it's fake news. I mean, really, the bigger problem here for why we hate y'all is it's not because you're being racist, like that's a big part of it, but it's because when we point out things, you deny reality. That's the bigger problem. You know, we can only deal with that so much until we get sick of it.
So, they just ignore the issue altogether. You may dislike them because they don't believe in. Racism has little to no effect on the daily lives of people of color. So, they just ignore the issue altogether.
Like, for example, marijuana. Like, white people, black people use marijuana at the same rate across the country, but black people are disproportionately more likely to get convicted and sentenced for marijuana possession. I mean, that's a pretty big one. Overwhelmingly, black people are a lot more poorer than white people. I mean,
You may
we can give you evidence all day. Y'all don't care.
dislike them because they don't believe in climate change.
True.
Scientists keep telling us we're overheating the planet, and conservatives don't seem to care. They're more concerned about profits than people.
Well, at this point, I think it's not profits that they're concerned about. It's just owning the libs, which is, I mean, I'm reining myself in a little here. Incredibly stupid. How about that?
But what good is money if you have no planet to spend it on?
For example here, some of you non-Americans may have never heard of this before. There's something called rolling coal. Rolling coal is the practice of modifying a diesel engine to emit large amounts of black or gray sooty exhaust fumes. Diesel fuel that has not undergone complete combustion. Predominantly North American phenomenon, rolling coal is sometimes used as a form of anti-environmentalism. This shit is just nasty. Oh my god. It's illegal in some states. Fuck. They modify. So what these people do is they modify their diesel vehicles to just put out this black shit. And it's usually just as a form of, I'm owning the libs. I'm sticking it to the libs. They care about environmentalism, so I'm just gonna pump out all this shit. And it is illegal in some states because it's a traffic hazard. It fucking is. Oh yeah. Let's take a look. There we go. Got a good beat going here. It's American as fuck. It is. Yeah, you don't see this in Germany. See, that's Hot tip for all of y'all, if y'all haven't driven diesel before, it's not supposed to look like that. This is not what it looks like normally. I'll be honest, I hate people who do this. And, you know, it's not liberals to do this. I mean, fuck. Okay, we've had enough of that. Let's get back to it.
You may dislike them because they're obsessed with guns. How are we ever concerned about profits than people?
So yeah, like I said, it's not profits. It's just culture war bullshit. That's the reason why.
What good is money if you have no planet to spend it on? You may
What good is money and what good is the planet if I can't fucking breathe because your fucking truck is spewing this shit?
Dislike them because they're obsessed with guns. How are we ever going to stop gun violence?
Stop. Let me get this like an actual clip from this. Haven't been to stream in a while. I haven't streamed in a while. Just haven't felt up for it ever since the library bullshit. You know, I've been doing other stuff in real life. You know, being healthy. What? Me being healthy and having an active social life and doing things outside of the internet? What? Crazy talk.
Planet to spend it on. You may dislike them because they're obsessed with guns. How are we ever going to stop gun violence if we don't get guns off the streets?
That's a different argument, though. Being obsessed with guns and how are we going to stop gun violence if we don't get guns off the streets? Two different arguments. So it's a very easy argument to say, actually, yeah, some people are actually like unhealthily obsessed with guns. Like to the point where it's like it's their personality. And it's like you don't have anything else going on for you in your life, like my guy. I don't know. Like this is kind of cringe. And some of the people who are really obsessed with guns, who are like actually obsessed with guns, it's like you're not handling them safely either. We've all. It's a stereotype that we've all seen it. Hold on. Oh my god. Literally, I type in unsafe gun handling and we get like 8 surprising gun handling fails. Am I gonna watch someone get shot here? I might. From military.com. This could be good. Uvalde vibes? Yeah. Alright. If I see someone get shot, we're having music. Yeah, like this. Don't do this. This is the shit I don't like. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, to be fair, hold on. To be fair, pistol grip shotguns like this are annoying as fuck. She's not holding it correctly, but they are kind of annoying to use. Okay, yeah, I feel like that music might be copyrighted. Look, you shouldn't fucking. Whoa, what is the stance? Oh my god, oh my god. See? These guys should know better. Oh my god. No, that's what I have a problem with, okay? And then you talk about this. This is a separate argument altogether.
And how are we ever going to get guns off the streets if conservatives block every common sense gun law?
Okay, to be fair, there is something to be said for that. But what was a good example? Like, for the longest time, the CDC was not allowed to use any of their funding to just research gun control measures. Like, that's fucking insane. Not implement, just research. Just research the effectiveness of. That wasn't allowed for the longest time. Now it is. But Christ, why? See, that is like legitimately insane.
Every common sense gun law.
And then we talk about there are certain conservative media figures who will talk about red flag laws and have a really violent opposition to them, but red flag law is kind of a large umbrella term, and they don't really get into the nitty gritty. That they don't really specify what they mean by that. A red flag law is just, put simply, is a process that a court can use to, well, let's see what the Google says, just so I get this right. Put simply, a red flag law is a gun control law permits police to petition a state court to order the temporary removal of firearms from a person who they believe may present a danger to others or themselves. Now, this could be, this could vary for just so many different circumstances. Yeah, police, family members, or even doctors to petition a court to take away someone's firearms for up to a year, blah, blah, blah. So this could go a wide, so many different ways. Oh, you're going through a divorce? I mean, that might be a little extreme. But sometimes it's like, I don't know, if this guy is like, got schizophrenia, and he's like shooting in his backyard at random shit, maybe, I don't know, maybe we should do something about that before he has a really bad day, because that happens. And then sometimes certain conservatives, not most conservatives to be fair, but certain ones like Caitlin Bennett will absolutely violently oppose red flag laws. And but when you look at polling for stuff like that, when you give like an actual example like that, like even conservatives are like, yeah, there should be a process for that. And when you put it to like a vote like that, people are like actually fair about it. But it's just a certain really vocal minority that are not. Okay, let's go.
You may dislike them because they're so intolerant. What's the harm of calling somebody by their preferred pronouns?
Hold on, let me hear this again.
Because they're so intolerant. Every common sense gun law. You may dislike them because they're so intolerant. What's the harm of calling somebody by their preferred pronouns?
I've noticed it's never that simple, though. It's never just, hey, this is my name now, refer to me this way, please. Okay, or no. It's never that simple. They always have to make like a big fucking show of it, a big spectacle, like Jordan Peterson and Elliot Page. If Jordan Peterson was just like, well, I don't like that, but whatever, that would have been the end of it. But he didn't. He had to go on a fucking media circus about it. Oh, God.
Why can't conservatives just show some compassion instead of obsessing over every kind of behavior they don't like?
Okay, to be fair, everyone does this. I'll give you this one.
You may
definitely don't look at like the lefty Twitter or just anyone on Twitter actually.
Dislike them because
especially the K-pop stans.
Because if they got their way, they'd get rid of democracy and establish an authoritarian theocracy.
Yes. See, for example, Matt Walsh. Hold on, let me actually make this like. So if they got their way, they'd get rid of democracy and establish authoritarian theocracy. See, for example, Matt Walsh, open theocratic fascist. Well, there we go. That solves that, doesn't it?
Theocracy. Bye-bye separation of church and state. Hello, fascism.
Yes.
After all that, you might sum up conservatives with one word. Ugh.
Actually, you just did with fascism. Actually, I don't know about ugh. Not ugh. Fascism. That's the correct word. Yes.
If any of this resonates with you, I get it. I've been there. But, and this surprised me,
Okay,
I found...
hold on. Actually, side note, for something I just noticed, I'm blocking her. She got a sick tattoo sleeve, though. It's like a dragon and flowers. Yo, that's pretty sick. Just saying.
And this surprised me. I found they actually have reasons for thinking the way they do.
Well, yeah, and Hitler had reasons for, you know, going on his warpath and trying to exterminate everyone he didn't like. It was, you know, he was really just trying to keep the race nice and strong. That's how he viewed it. He had his
Here
reasons.
are some of them. On abortion.
That was sarcasm. Thank you.
To start, we can agree that no one likes abortion. But there is a clear divide on the issue.
I like abortion. I do it for fun.
Progressives focus their attention on the mother. Conservatives, while they have compassion for the mother, focus their attention on the baby.
They don't have compassion? How? Yeah, that's why they by banning abortion just flat outright. You know, sometimes you're preventing okay. Here's a good example. Oh my god, this one's in the news lately. Shit, I'm forgetting her name. Hold on, I have it here. It's in the video. Yes, here's the link. Okay, so pause. So y'all remember kind of recently there was this woman, she was at Twitch. She did this thing where I didn't turn the chat back on. She did this thing where she like jumped into the pit, the foam pit, and like broke her back. Yeah, y'all know that. Here she is talking about something.
And then also like I don't care, everyone's gonna know, but I was pregnant and I didn't find out until I was in the hospital. So I also have like crazy hormones. I'm not pregnant anymore because of the surgery. I couldn't keep it. But my hormones are just also through the fucking roof because of that. Yeah, anxiety.
Okay, so she doesn't really explain it any further beyond that, but as a result of the injury and having to go through the surgery, before she went through the surgery, okay, she was pregnant, she didn't know it. She couldn't have gone through the surgery that she needed having a fucking pregnancy at the same time. And a flat outright ban on abortion altogether would basically prevent her from getting the life-saving surgery she needed. And I don't know, you talk about compassion and yet your actions don't have the compassion you claim that you do. Just saying. Oh shit, that was her? Yeah, that was I thought you knew that. Yeah. Yeah, not good. Not good. It was bad. Okay, and that's just like the big recent example that comes to mind. You know, a flat outright ban is not compassionate.
Focus their attention on the baby. They see a human being growing in a mother's womb as innocent and vulnerable. Those babies deserve to be protected since...
And while we're at this, about 10-20% of known pregnancies end in miscarriage. Actual number is much higher, because most occur early in pregnancy before you even know. So I don't know. It's about, I don't know. It's like 1 in 5 or so. It's pretty bad. It's pretty high. Yeah.
They obviously can't protect themselves. On racism, conservative mother's womb as innocent and vulnerable. Those babies deserve to be protected since they obviously can't protect themselves.
I'm sorry. This is not a substantive argument, but look at her eyes as she's saying this.
Those babies deserve to be protected since they obviously can't protect themselves.
I don't know. That blinking is suspicious. All right, let's go.
On racism, conservatives don't deny that racist people exist, But when it comes to the narrative of systemic racism, conservatives are unconvinced.
Okay, I don't care.
Of course, there are disparities in this country.
Well, there you go, isn't it?
But why assume that these disparities are because of racism?
I mean, probably because you can see them along racial lines, and sometimes it's literally a direct parallel to worser moments in the past.
Good school.
Like, some of the stuff is quite literally can be drawn back to Jim Crow laws and segregation laws. Like, and it's still, the line still kind of exists today. Like, they never really changed.
Of racism. Good schools, good parents, good habits, and good communities would go much further toward alleviating poverty and expanding opportunity than a lifetime of racial justice movements. Poverty.
Okay, yeah, but like, some of these schools are segregated. Now they're desegregated, but like the school still serves the same, the same school is desegregated now, yay, but it still serves like the poor side of town, which is where all the black people are. So it's still kind of a poor school. It doesn't really change. Just desegregation wasn't really enough to actually fix things.
And expanding opportunity than a lifetime. Go much further to.
Hold on. What were the other ones?
Good schools, good parents, good habits, and good communities.
Parents, habits, and communities. Yeah, but the same thing still stands. They didn't have good habits, good parents, or good communities. That part was still never fixed. That's a lot of work that you gotta do. And it's only been like, what, 3 or 4 generations since the Civil Rights Act. Like, there's still more to be done.
Would go much further toward alleviating poverty and expanding opportunity than a lifetime of racial justice movements.
Not to mention, the war on drugs. I mean, zoning laws, yeah.
By the way, these rules apply to everyone, regardless of skin color. On climate change.
Yeah, yes, I agree with that. They do. It's just, for the longest time within the United States, it was extremely unfair for people of a certain skin color. And now, it's more fair, but the unfairness hasn't explicitly been addressed. Now, it's more fair, and legally, it is fair, but nothing has been done to remedy that head start and all the generations of unfairness. Okay. You have the best parents in the world. They have to work 50 hours a week plus 4 hours commute each day. You'll spend a long time apart from them. This is true as well.
Conservatives have very little faith in, regardless of skin color. On climate change. Conservatives have very little faith in computer models that have been inaccurately predicting disaster for nearly half a century.
Computer models that have been inaccurately predicting disaster for half a century. Oh, okay.
Conservatives have a lot of faith, however, in human and
computer models they made in the 70s. I mean, for climate change. I mean, I don't know. I don't specifically know about that, but
ingenuity
maybe.
To overcome climate.
Let's hear it again.
Conservatives have a lot of faith, however, in human ingenuity to overcome climate.
To overcome
what is air
climate?
Conditioning but a human adaptation to the environment?
It's hard for me to not say an ableist slur in a response to this.
See Miami or Phoenix for further reference.
Yeah.
This is not to say we should.
Oh my god, you fucking. Alright, that's actually a really bad example. Let me show you something. Okay, that's a good. Alright, just last year, I got a story for y'all. Guys, climate change isn't real, and if it was, we have air conditioning. What's the big deal about it? Well, it's a little more complicated than that. Let the ad play. Alright, title. This is from last year. Gila Bend residents review damage after deadly flooding. Let's go.
Still recovering from a deadly first night of flooding there.
Sadly, at least 2 people have died and dozens were forced from their homes. Our Elliot Polikoff has been in Gila Bend all evening. Elliot, how is the community there doing tonight?
Show us the flooding.
Whitney and Spencer, Gila Bend is a pretty small, tight-knit community. Most people here know each other, and pretty much everyone I spoke to said that last night's flooding, that's just not something that happens in this area. Obviously now, there's some pretty extensive damage in Gila Bend, but those that live here, they're trying to keep. Pretty much everyone I spoke to said that last night's flooding, that's just not something that happens in this area.
Gee, have we heard that before?
Obviously now, there's some pretty extensive damage in Gila Bend, but those that live here, they're trying to keep things in perspective.
Show us the flooding. Yeah. There we go.
We didn't expect this at all, you know?
Ty Turner, his girlfriend Star, and their daughter Michaela were sleeping last night when the water levels started to rise.
Luckily, her little brothers came in and woke us up because we would have, you know, either drowned or we would have woke up a little bit worse and not save anything.
With some help from local firefighters, Ty and his family were able to get to their roof where a helicopter took them to safety. And they weren't the only ones.
This is fucking Arizona. This isn't like New Orleans where fucking Hurricane Katrina comes. This is Arizona, the desert. And helicopters are rescuing people from their roofs because of flooding. The air conditioning's not going to solve this.
Crews from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, Gila Bend Fire Department, and several other first responders were out all day looking for people impacted by the flooding.
Yeah, it came in quick and unexpected, and that's why we tried to do the best we can with all the warnings, staying out of flooded roadways, staying out of washes.
But for some residents in the area, it was hard to fully prepare for something like this because there was nothing to compare it to.
This is like the first time I ever seen it like this, get this bad. We never get any rain since this was the first time. It was shocking for me.
As for Ty and his family, they're coming to terms with the fact that most of their belongings are gone.
Like all our clothes, diapers that were already old.
That's nice. Okay, I don't think we care.
For those in the area who need some food, clothing, or a place to...
All right, and check this out. This is a picture of the flooding. Oops, let me fix that. Yeah, this was this is Arizona. This is where I live. Not exactly where I live, but God. Bad. Yeah. Rain led to closures of Phoenix freeways. Yeah. Oh man. I love this picture because it's just so bad, dude. All right. Let's hear the rest of this bullshit, I guess.
Simply do nothing. Nuclear power for conditioning, but a human adaptation to the environment. See Miami or Phoenix for further reference. This is not to say we should simply do nothing. Nuclear power, for example, holds so much promise as a renewable and safe energy source. Conservatives don't understand why environmentalists...
But you haven't... So are you agreeing about climate change existing, or what is this?
Oppose it. It makes them skeptics. Conservatives don't understand why environmentalists oppose it.
I mean, people oppose it because of the horrors of Chernobyl and shit. But I'm fine with it. It's fine. Another thing that doesn't get mentioned is that building a nuclear power plant is significantly more expensive than your coal and natural gas power plants and your windmills, your wind turbines, and solar. It requires a significantly larger startup cost, and frankly, investors don't want to fund it. Not to mention, it takes like 10, 20 years to get a nuclear power plant up and running, which, yeah, I could see why investors, don't want to do it, because it's like, what, I gotta wait 20 years to start getting money back?
It makes them skeptical and suspicious that the real agenda behind the environmentalist movement is not saving the planet, but giving more power to the government to control people's lives.
Yeah, and that's just insane and asinine. Like, that doesn't even factor into it. Yeah, we're giving the government more power to control people's lives by promoting solar panel usage. See, that falls apart really rapidly, doesn't it? Because solar panels now allow you to like be disconnected from like entire electrical grids and not even have to worry about being connected to the larger grid at all. Like, that's kind of the opposite, isn't it?
On guns.
Yeah, and another part of this, nuclear power, it's a whole lot cheaper now to just retrofit coal power plants and retrofit them so now they burn natural gas. Natural gas, much cheaper, much better for the environment, much easier to get compared to coal. That's the real big factor here is, of course, money. That's always what these things come down to. Money. Right, let's move on.
And the environmentalists. It makes them saving the planet, but giving more power to the government to control people's lives.
And she doesn't back that claim up at all. How would any of the climate change stuff be involved with the government having more power to control people's lives? She doesn't explain that. And then she moves on to the next
guns.
One. Sad. So sad.
We all want to live in a safe society.
All right, guns. Yes.
This is why firearms are regulated in every state.
Yes. To some extent, yes, they are.
We know bad guys will always find a way to get guns. See Chicago and Baltimore for further.
We know bad guys will always get guns. See, for example, not the most violent cities, but some of the semi-more violent cities that have large populations of black people. Bingo.
The reference. That's why conservatives want guns, to protect themselves from the bad guys.
The black people. All right. So, but you type in like most violent cities in the U.S. and it's like it's Baltimore is up there, but it's like, hold on. Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. Oh God. All right, we don't really want to get down that rabbit hole, actually.
It's not much more complicated than that. See Chicago and Baltimore for further reference. That's why conservatives want guns, to protect themselves from the bad guys. It's not much more complicated than that.
Okay. To be honest, though, that is like a fair line of logic. It is. I'm not going to argue against it too much. But now, adding to that, though, what if sometimes just a simple law here and there might actually be enough to protect you from the bad guys? What if, you say, okay, you think of it like this, right? So, okay, the bad guys, they might get guns. You're right. But what if, they're getting the guns from somewhere, right? How do we stop that? What if there is some sort of rule that makes that acquisition a little bit difficult? Now, in an individual level, that might not mean too much to you, right? But in a nation of like 340 million people, sometimes just doing a little thing like that might be enough to shave off a few thousand murders. It adds up in the long term. There's also, and they don't really like to hear this, but there is also pretty strong evidence that this part they really don't like. There is some pretty strong evidence that states with stronger gun control have lower suicides. Now, that is not the same argument as you want to have guns to protect yourself. So that is a different argument altogether, but it's interesting to point out.
On tolerance, conservatives see
I don't really want to get bugged
tolerance
on
as a
reading these fucking science articles too much. Let me just take a quick look. Actually, I had it somewhere. Fuck. All right, well, here's a good one, actually. KFF, this is like a news agency or whatever. Scrolling down here, suicide by firearm is the majority of deaths by firearm, 54%. Scroll down, more than twice as many suicides by firearm occur in states with the fewest gun laws relative to states with the most laws. So Yeah, and this also, when you say, well, bad guys are always going to get guns, but someone who's trying to commit suicide that doesn't really apply to them, does it? Anyway, and of course, other methods of suicide are usually require a lot more investment or are not as reliable, so they're not as likely to work. But that is a different argument, admittedly.
Complicated than that. On tolerance.
Yeah, thermosolar is also cool. Yes, and natural gas is not as bad. That's correct. Compared to now, natural gas is still polluting, and it is still, carbon emissions. But compared to coal, it's a hell of a lot better. And even coal requires like mining, and coal can fuck up the environment nearby the mine. You got fucking fly ash. It's horrible. Compare all that to natural gas. Much better. Much better.
Conservatives see tolerance as a two-way street. If someone demands to be addressed by certain pronouns and considers it intolerant if you don't comply, conservatives wonder why that isn't intolerant. Why are a conservative's moral or religious beliefs less worthy of respect than anyone else's?
Why are your beliefs... I'm sorry,
moral or religious beliefs less worthy of respect than anyone else's?
But I've got my whole life with y'all fucking treating the rest of us like we are less worthy of respect than you are. Every fucking day you hear Christians talk about the people they don't like are gonna burn in hell for eternity. Like, that's actually incredibly fucked up. But hey, whatever. Hold on. So, why? Hold on, there was a good question here.
To be addressed by certain pronouns and considers it intolerant if you don't comply, conservatives wonder why that isn't intolerant.
Why that isn't intolerant. But that's not exactly how it turns out, isn't it? That's not how it pans out. It isn't, why is this a form of intolerance? That's not how it manifests. It manifests like this.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
It manifests in fucking deranged lunatics screaming about the transes. And if we're being honest here, Elliot Page, fucking bae. I love you, Elliot Page. You're great. Elliot Page has shown no disrespect to Jordan Peterson or like anyone really. And but Elliot Page has drawn such a high level of derision from not just Jordan Peterson, but Jordan Peterson especially. And it's like it's not it never goes both ways. All right, enough.
Why are a conservative's moral or religious beliefs less worthy of respect than anyone else's?
Because they're wrong. Fuck you.
On authoritarianism. Whenever conservatives win political power, they're typically trying to cut taxes and regulations,
Well, hold on.
Whenever conservatives win political power, they're typically trying to cut taxes and regulations, make the government smaller, and bolster constitutional freedoms like that of speech and religion.
But hold on. But bolstering constitutional freedoms like speech of religion is kind of contradictory to cutting regulations and making the government smaller. Ah, that's that doublespeak that 1984 warned us about. 19 George Orwell 80s back in the 90s. I was in his TV show. Also, this isn't true at all. Like, oh my god, the gaslighting incarnate. This is not what Donald Trump fucking did. What regulations did Donald Trump cut? He did cut some taxes, but what regulations did he cut? No one can ever answer that. How did he make the government smaller? He expanded the deficit by... Oh my god, I gotta get the number right. Hold on. Yeah, Daily Beast. Trump added more to the national debt than Obama and Bush. More, yeah, bloated deficits, and somehow bloated deficits more in 4 years than his predecessors did in 8. President Trump added 7.8 trillion. You fucker. All right, let's go on.
That doesn't sound very...
And they say bolster constitutional freedoms like freedom of speech and religion. Yet, of course, Trump tried to implement his own secret police.
freedoms like that
tried
of
to overturn the election. He didn't care about the Constitution. He wiped his ass with
speech and religion. That doesn't sound very authoritarian, does it? Progressive
Yeah, that's what you say, and yet we live through it.
policy almost always raises taxes,
Yes, based.
expands regulations,
Yes.
increases the size of government,
Debatable.
and now curtails free speech.
And no. Can you prove that last one there? And the idea that expanding regulations is like authoritarian is just like, I don't know. That's just you're in a different planet, I'm afraid. I can't believe these progressive people told me to not shit on the sidewalk. This is authoritarianism.
To a conservative, that sounds authoritarian.
Yeah,
well,
okay, well,
now that you've heard a few of...
To a conservative, telling someone to wear a mask to stop the spread of a deadly pandemic is authoritarianism, even though it's like, I'm a gas station worker and I literally don't care. I'm doing what my boss told me. I mean, I just...
their arguments, do you dislike conservatives less than you did before?
Oh, no mention of any of COVID? That's nice.
Not even a little?
Yeah, no mention... do you dislike conservatives a little less than before? I don't remember. I don't know. I still remember January 6th. I still remember the big lie. I still remember y'all backed the presidential candidate who lost the election and then tried to overturn it and tried to steal it because he couldn't accept the fact that he lost because he's a big fucking loser man baby with baby hands. I mean,
I'm on
y'all still fucking fall in line for this shithead.
Epinobi, host of Unapologetic before. Not even a little? I'm Amla Epinobi, host of Unapologetic at PragerU.com for Prager University.
I hope it's worth it. I hope the money is worth it. I hope it's worth it, Amala. I hope you're happy. Hope you sleep well at night. All right, well, I guess that's it. Okay. Well, end of segment. Yeah, I still hate conservatives. Fuck you. All right, okay. I think we're done then. Yeah, that's a good segment. That's a decent one. God, historical revisionism. Guys, if we just like don't acknowledge the real if we just don't acknowledge like what's going on, we can just create a reality that we want. Oh, check this out. Read the comments. Very well stated. Unfortunately, the vast majority of people don't want facts, information, and healthy debate. They just want the pre-existing views to be reaffirmed. Hey, Jim, I am a lefty and I love debate. Do you wanna chat? He's gonna say no. Any other comments I can like argue with on here? I went from homeless to upper middle class with A+ credit in 10 years by living conservatively and leaving the mental plantation. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't see any other. I don't know if there's any other here that would like be interested. Ah, sad. So sad. So sad. I'm rating some of this. All right. God, these comments are all stupid. There's like nothing to work with here. Am I crazy? It feels like their arguments have gotten worse, like over the last couple years. It just, I feel like I remember actually like they were making arguments, and I was like, we were able to like go through them and explain why they're wrong. And now it's like the arguments are just so stupid. There's not, we can't explain why they're wrong because it's like just barely anything to work with to begin with. Yeah, I don't see anything I like to work with here. Hold on, let me find her name again. What's her name? Amala Ekpanobi? That's a name. Well, here's her Twitter. I wonder if Amala Ekpanobi, hot Uncle Ruckus. Ew. Why would you say that? That's cringe. That's cringe. Host of Unapologetic Live PragerU personality. Cause she's unapologetic. Hey, you know, I think it's important to criticize. You know, don't shy away from criticizing black conservatives. Cause like, if you're still a conservative, you know, and if you disagree, or even for that matter, if you just disagree with someone, like you should be able to make an argument against their arguments and against what they believe in. You should be able to do that regardless, and don't like shy away from criticizing them or making arguments against someone just because of their race. That's like so patronizing and so fucking I hate that. But at the same time, like don't fucking call someone, you know, an Uncle Tom or an Uncle Ruckus. That's so cringe. Don't do that. You should be able to make the arguments against what they say on their own. Okay? Now you can also say like, you know, I think you're a sellout, but that's not. I mean, okay, come on, everyone, pretty much everyone in conservative media is a sellout. Let's be real here. That's not because. I mean, slightly because, you know, being able to be a token is kind of a sellout move. But hello, everybody. That's not the entirety of it. Wow, she's got like her own YouTube channel. Unapologetic. 506k subscribers. That's actually kind of impressive. I thought she'd be like a lot smaller. Debate. Why is everything made to be racist? It's like, and she's like, oh my god, she's doing the Ben Shapiro style of debate. Oh, shut up. Hold on. Blip. The Ben Shapiro style debate, where there's a guy holding the mic, and if she doesn't like what you're saying, she has her goon take the mic away from you.
About why, I believe it was African American, pregnant African American women, that they suffer the highest mortality rate. It was a class issue or something along those lines?
No, so when you have the
She's like on a podium and shit. This is like
black mortality
Ben
rate being
Shapiro
high.
style of debate. Yo, I got one. Why won't you debate Sam Cedar? Then they kick me out. Yeah, okay, I don't care. Bye. Women are the ones sexualizing Halloween costumes? Alright, let's hear it.
Why is the male doctor not sexualized and objectified like
Ooh, hold on. I gotta move my face for this one.
the female nurses? And since when do nurses wear short dresses, fishnet stockings, and high heels? Oh, I have so much to say about this one. First of all, who do you think is slutifying female costumes? It's not men, it's
It's actually the corporations.
women. You could look up any costume and you will find a slutified version made of it. And it's because that's what women buy. Cleopatra? How about slutty
That's not a good example.
Cleopatra? Gingerbread
Real life Cleopatra.
Cookie?
Real life Cleopatra was kind of slutty. Come on, look, that's not a good example. That's the wrong one to start with.
How about slutty gingerbread cookie? You just have to be the realist form of whatever it is that you dress up as. Why is the male doctor not sex?
And I think the real reason for this is like, look, people who are like buying costumes for this, there's a few primary markets we go for, when it comes to buy like Halloween costumes. It's like kids, and it's kids, and then college kids, college students, and the college students want the hot costumes. They're the ones who are buying it, so they're the reason we sell it and we market it. You could get costumes that are like not slutty, not hot. They exist, but the big college market is the bigger market. That's just how it is. People want to spend money. People want to spend money on it, so the Halloween costume manufacturers are gonna make it and they're gonna sell it. That's really all it comes down to. I don't know if I'd necessarily blame women on this or blame men. It's just kind of the market forces at play. Do you have more Halloween takes? No? Annoying. Can buy BIPOC only BIPOC can enjoy Wakanda forever? Alright, let's hear it. I also want to look at our most popular videos. Alright, let's hear this.
I don't care if you are a white Black Panther fan. I don't care about how much you love the stories. I won't be nice and explain your ignorance. I will be advocating for your demise. I'm not saying you can't participate in the Wakanda hype, but be aware that a lot of the Wakanda hype in Black, African, Latino, Indigenous culture. So know when to sit the down, shut the up, and let BIPOC creators speak.
It's just a movie. I don't care. Wait, I don't get it. Why would I care? Oh god. I will say, hot take. This girl, Letitia White, right? Letitia Michelle Wright. There we go. I think having her be the new Black Panther is kind of a disgrace to the legacy of Chadwick Boseman. Hottest of takes. Yeah, controversy over she's got actually a lot of weird shit. The Wikipedia page just like doesn't get into enough of it, in my opinion. December 2020, she garnered backlash for sharing on Twitter a 69-minute video from a YouTube channel on the table, which Tomi Arayomi, senior leader with Light London Church, questioned the legitimacy of the COVID-19 vaccine, accused China of spreading COVID-19, expressed doubts about global climate change, made other comments that were transphobic. Yeah, there's other weird shit she's done. This isn't really a good enough one. But this one was good. October 2021, Hollywood Reporter reported Wright had parted ways with her U.S. team of representatives due to uproar over the video and her alleged continued promotion of anti-vaccine sentiments on the set of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever during production in Atlanta. Now that's insane. She returned to social media to deny these allegations. All right, whatever.
This makes me not want to go watch Wakanda Forever. And I'm black! All of it's lame. Race is just such a fluid thing. You can have black people who don't look black
Okay, it is fluid.
at all. Right. Latino people who don't look Latino. White people who don't look white. She's purely saying that if I look at your skin color and you're not the skin color that I view to be black, and you're talking about this black movie, I'm gonna check you in your privilege. When you wait.
Well, she didn't necessarily say talking about the movie. She just said, like, in general.
Waste your time worrying about these issues. It literally withers you away as a person. How ridiculous. And
okay, this is nothing. All right. Most viewed video, 13 million views, though. I want to check this out. How is it possible to be this ignorant? Shorts, 3 months ago. Let's hear it. Oh boy, let's hear it.
My black kid is in the car!
Oh.
He tried to kill me in front of my
Just
kids!
people screaming?
He tried to kill me in front of my kids! He tried to kill me in front.
Y'all, this video irks me.
I don't care.
This guy right here shot into this woman's apartment while she was there with her kids, and in a 6-hour standoff with law enforcement got killed by police. Now all these protesters are outside marching and rallying for him outside her apartment building. So all because this guy happens to be black, you gotta go march and rally for him even though he could have killed a single mother and her children? Think about how simple you have to be thinking.
Why are you starting it with, like, the screaming? That's bizarre.
That just because he has black skin, some people think that he needs to be defended. You play stupid, dangerous games, you win stupid, dangerous prizes. And this woman has a black child! And they're here all in the name of what? Black Lives Matter, apparently? I don't know how much more evidence anybody needs to know that this woke stuff is garbage. And this poor woman, I cannot imagine the amount of frustration she must feel.
My black kid is in the car!
I missed the name of the person, but I feel like I'm not getting the full story here. Andrew Tekel Sundberg. Alright, let's see what we got.
Thanks for joining us at 6.
Be quiet. Okay. From the sound of it, he was in a 6-hour standoff with police and 2 snipers shot him. Okay, this sounds actually kind of serious then. There was something about a GoFundMe? What? And this is the root. I don't know. GoFundMe page to raise money for funeral expenses. Shot down by 2 snipers. Raised 20K. Ooh. I mean, I guess if we're gonna be fair, I guess, you know, the funeral isn't really for him, it's for, you know, the family and people who knew him. But yeah, that's still kind of cringe. Fundraising legal defense of a violent crime. Well, not technically if it's the funeral. Alright. Okay, I'll give it to you. That's a W. Or a W for Amala. Protester accused me of transphobia. Alright, this is good. This is some good shit. Let's go. Alright, shut up. Shut up. Let's go.
To be willing to come inside and listen to the events. Did you just say you don't watch my videos?
No.
But you're here.
I checked out your webpage, kind of know your ideologies, and I've heard about your ideology. I don't agree with it.
What don't you agree with?
Well, if you work for PragerU, I mean, it's pretty obvious. But
well, you said some transphobic things that have been said on the channel.
Like what?
I can't quote you, so I'm pretty sure. I don't even have my phone. That's
Somebody get her a phone so she can look up the transphobic statements.
They them.
Okay, somebody get them a...
hey, Amala. Hey, I'll debate you. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. Pick the subject. I don't care.
phone so they can look up what is transphobic that we've said.
When did this come out? 2 months ago? Okay, so it's not that long ago.
I'm thinking of a 5-minute video done by Abigail Schreier called Why Girls Become Boys. Nothing about that video is transphobic.
Oh, that's an extremely transphobic video. I mean, that is.
LGBT plus on your page.
Okay.
Content, it doesn't.
Why would it? Because it's not something that we focus on as an organization. We have very few videos on our platform that focus on anything.
Hold on. Didn't I do one on why girls become boys? Wasn't that the one? Was this one?
If you know any middle or
God, the faces the face strikes me.
Discussing adolescent girls who wanted to transition to the opposite sex. That doesn't mean that we didn't know about transgender. In fact, before 2012, there was no scientific.
Yeah, that wasn't true. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this isn't. This is kind of transphobic, and it's a fucking lie.
And it's a catastrophic dysphoria. Gender transition rarely offers relief.
That's not true. That's just like patently wrong. I have it saved here in my bookmarks, actually. The evidence in my bookmark tab here at the top. Whoops, sorry. At the top here. The evidence against this. Like that this is factually wrong in every way. What does the scholarly research say about the effects of gender transition on transgender well-being? Overwhelmingly, all the evidence says, yeah, it is. Yeah, it does help. It does have a positive relief, a positive effect. It does offer relief. And we could scroll through each one of these. This is so this whole page here is a meta study or a compilation of every English language research thing done on it or done on this subject, and all of it is either null hypothesis, no result in the middle, or yes, it does offer relief. The fact that you would say it doesn't is just is not true, and it's wrong. And the fact that you would say that makes me think you're being motivated by transphobia. See, now Amala, I've done a lot more research than this lady you're talking to has. That's why you're never going to talk to me.
Anything that has to do with being LGBTQ in America. Why would we? We don't think that your sexual orientation, your race, or your gender is pivotal to who you are as a person. We believe in you as an individual. I'm wondering if you guys would be willing to come and...
Okay, this is all kind of sad. All right. Kind of. All right, I think we've seen enough of her. Considering the size of her channel, she's like not gonna debate me.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, 506,000 subscribers, and I'm nobody with like on a dead channel. no one cares in general. She's especially not gonna. Okay. Is there anything else we want to do before we end here? I can't think of anything. Oh, and also when you type in "why girls become boys," the second thing is a response saying it's like the worst transphobic ad. That's kind of funny. It is kind of funny. Okay, thanks for hanging out, everyone. We're gonna get the ballot mailed. I guess we might make that into a segment. Try to get it up by tomorrow, so I have something for this month. I've been really falling behind on everything. I just haven't really been feeling this YouTube thing. Sad. That's how it goes sometimes. Alright, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Take care of yourselves. Vote blue. Vote blue.